Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. We are live from Planet Fitness here on Ryan Road out in Sterling Heights, Michigan. Man, what's up, Jeff?
What's going on?
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. This isn't too far from my house, so it was pretty...
How far of a drive is it?
About 20 minutes.
It's about an hour for me.
Oh.
I got up really early today.
I mean, there's traffic, but nonetheless, we're here.
This is a really nice location.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Got to give it credit. Jeff lives in the expensive area, guys, so we can't talk to Jeff today.
I'm done with this guy.
Oh, God. All right, look, Pistons play last night, Red Wings play.
Yeah.
We got a lot to cover today.
Yeah.
Saddiq, Killian Hayes struggled from the field offensively last night. We'll get to the reality that the Lions are facing. We talked about this 2 weeks ago. Haven't brought it up since. They were 1-3 at the time. He said, what did they need to do to get you to buy in, right? So I want to ask that question again today. What do the Lions need to do for Jeff, for myself, for all of you watching at home? What do they need to do to get you to buy back in again? Believe in Dan Campbell. Believe in the coaching staff. So we'll get to that around 8:45. Top of the hour, Hard Knocks. How much did Hard Knocks maybe affect the season? I think you'll be shocked by my answer, Jeff, which I guess you never are really. The Tigers announced a new assistant GM. That was great.
It's a big move.
Lots of good stuff to get to today, but let's get started. The Wings. Wings lose 6-2. Derek Lalonde says after the game, that's basically a wake-up call. Good lesson learned, and you move on. 82-game season. Dylan Larkin, again, on the score sheet. He is... Go back 2 years ago. The conversation was questioning Dylan Larkin. Fast forward all this time. Suddenly he is arguably your best player offensively. And look, they gave up their first power play goal. They were 17 for 17 on the on the penalty kill. So they had a good start to the year. Solid. Nedeljkovic struggling again. Hopefully that turns around. But all in all, it's an 82-game season. Not losing sleep over one loss. It's their first regulation loss of the year. Overall takeaway so far, the Wings look better than they were last year. And I think you would be fairly optimistic so far to start the year.
Yeah, and Lalonde even kind of hinted at that before the game. He's like, listen, slow your roll. Although we haven't suffered a regulation loss yet, it doesn't mean we aren't going to. So not concerned about the Red Wings. I think overall defensively, I mean, you could point out players certainly, because that's been the bright spot of this team so far early in the season is what they've been doing defensively, but they just didn't show up, and it costed them at home. So not worried about the Red Wings. Again, just like basketball, and we're going to get to the Pistons very soon, it's a marathon. All right, and you're going to have to get through some of these games where you're sitting there scratching your head, but you're going to see other performances like the first handful of games where the Red Wings look good. So not overreacting. I think it's way too early for that. And along with the Pistons, defensively has been the biggest thing last night. Watching the Red Wings, watching the Pistons, nobody can defend. And that the Pistons, we knew that. The Red Wings have shown that. So nonetheless, doesn't help to see the Red Wings and the Pistons lose on the same night.
Fair enough. Let me transition then. The Pistons lose pretty badly, 120-99. Going into the half, it was a pretty close game. It was Pistons were competing, and then in the third quarter, it really unraveled. Dwayne Casey came out after the game and said, "We got to do a better job coming out of the half. That's on me. I'll take responsibility." Yada yada yada. But Jeff, I'll give you the floor here. You explain to me, and I'm willing to be patient.
Yeah.
But you explain to me why I should be patient, one, with Killian Hayes, and number two, what is the dynamic in terms of who's handling the ball, right? Saddiq needs to be off the ball. I think we all agree to this.
Yep.
Ivey and Cade, they'll learn, they'll get chemistry. Probably by early December, you'll see those two flourishing. I'm not too concerned about Cade, let alone Ivey.
Right.
But Hayes and Saddiq offensively not his best night. But Hayes, it is not clicking ever. What are we doing here? What do I need to do? What do I need to give to Killian for him to unlock the offense a little more? Because it's not happening.
I'll start with Saddiq because it's probably the easiest to cover. I think Saddiq, it's not always – I think Killian and Saddiq have different issues. For Saddiq Bey, it's more about just getting him more involved in the offense. He played 27 minutes last night, only took 5 shots. Like, that can't happen, especially considering how well he's played the last couple games. So you got to get Saddiq going early. I think a lot of that has to do with Bogdanovich as well. You've been seeing games where Saddiq's kind of not there, especially the home opener against the Magic. You just didn't really see Saddiq, and then you see Saddiq the next 2 games, and you don't see Saddiq again. So
can I ask you something then?
That's concerning to me, but I'm sure he'll figure it out. The biggest concern is Killian. That's probably the biggest concern for me.
I would agree on Saddiq, and I'm actually really not that concerned. But I gave Killian a chance going into the year. I laid off. You know how aggressive I was. What
most Pistons fans did.
February of last year, I was telling. Well, wasn't I the one who said trade him to Indiana? I believe at the time. I can't forget the conversation we had. But long story short, I really came into the season kind of backed off. I was going to let it play out. It's still early on in the year, but Jeff, the offensive game is just not there. He's very good defensively. He can distribute the ball. He can rebound at times. He can't get me a bucket.
Adam,
and this is a team that struggles to get buckets.
You can't be a liability offensively. You can't. I mean, Killian Hayes so far through 3 games, he's played 17 minutes a game. Guess his field goal percentage, 12.5%. He's shooting 10% from 3. And not only that, the bigger concern for me is the turnovers as well. It's just Killian doesn't look like himself, whether it's mentally, physically, whatever it is. And it's an issue. Not for Pistons fans, because if you think about it, if Killian plays like this, the decision's already being made for you at the end of the year. I think the more the pressure's on Killian. Do you have a future with this team? Even if you don't, you're still auditioning for somewhere else. And if you're playing this bad, you're not getting a roster spot. Look at Killian Hayes so far. And I don't want to compare the players because I think Ben Simmons is very different. But the problem I have with Ben Simmons is, he can pass, he can defend, he can rebound. You can't be a liability offensively. So, listen, I love that Killian can defend. I love that he's a great playmaker. He can pass the ball. He's a good rebounder. But he can't shoot. And so far, we haven't seen that. And, again, you can't be a liability, especially when Burks gets back, Bagley gets back. Those minutes are going to slowly get plucked away. Because if Corey Joseph is giving me better production, why should I go to Killian? Because he can pass and play defense? He's a liability offensively. And that's the issue. So moving forward, Killian has to play better, not only for the Pistons, but for his own career. It's important for him.
Let's look at some positives, okay? Let's start with Jaden Ivey, who in college, year over year, got better from the three-point line, yes? Who coming into the season, there were some of his classmates coming out of the draft that you would say, you know what, he's a better three-point shooter. He's a more polished three-point shooter. Right? Ivey from 3 has been a treat to watch. I'll put it that way. He's uber athletic. He's been everything you would want and more. I hate to use a LeBron comparison because there is no other LeBron James in the NBA.
Right.
But when Cade Cunningham is on the court, and tell me if I'm off here, feel free. Cade Cunningham is on the court and Jaden Ivey are on the court. You know what I need? Maybe I can live with Duren at the 5 because Isaiah Stewart so far is struggling this year. But outside of Duren, you know who I need on the court? I need a mixture of 3 guys that are rotating in and out of the lineup that just stand there and shoot threes. That is it. Let Cade attack the basket, let Ivey attack the basket, and let them dish out. And find your balance of rotation. Look, Bogdanovich, I like him a lot.
Yeah.
He's been solid. He's been a leader. He's getting you buckets when the team is struggling.
He's been keeping the Pistons in these games, too.
I don't need him running the offense the way he is, though. I mean, how many times in transition is he just saying, you know what, F this. I'm attacking the basket. I'm going to go get an easy layup here. Or I'm going to go draw the foul.
Right.
Or you know what, I'm going to take a low shot clock. You know what, F it. I'm going to go for it.
It's almost like he's like, I'm the best option, so let me shoot this thing.
And you know what, he kind of is this year. He is the most reliable scoring option you have.
Right.
Cade goes through a slump. Ivey, I don't want to say has gone through a slump so far, but he'll go moments in a game where he's kind of like...
He goes back to being a rookie.
It's just like, hey, I'm a rookie right now. I'm not taking over this game. And that'll come with time. But Dwayne Casey, that's how many times do I have to see your players switch and switch and switch and switch. What are we again? I don't want to nitpick after every game.
I get what you're saying.
This isn't it. No.
And listen, I'm a big Dwayne Casey supporter. I understand the fact that the Pistons are going to have to eventually find their head coach. Dwayne's the second oldest coach in the NBA, so I know his future isn't, everlasting with the Pistons. But the biggest thing for me is Dwayne's here to develop these players. Again, I wouldn't want any other coach in this specific position. But the more you think about it, what they're doing defensively, players aren't getting tremendously better. It is concerning. I mean, that's Dwayne's biggest selling point. That is what I said in the preseason. Listen, if you're a Pistons fan, you're watching this season, watch for player development. And the fact that it's not happening across the board. Yeah, Jaden Ivey and Duren looks nice, and you could certainly give Dwayne Casey credit for that. What about Cade? What about Killian? What about Isaiah Stewart actually hasn't been playing that bad, but Saddiq Bey. I mean, you have to find a way to get the best out of your players. And for me, the selling point with Dwayne was always that, and the fact that I'm not seeing it and seeing what they're doing defensively and how there's no adjustments, and there's little concern in the press conference. And I get it, it's very early. You shouldn't be concerned. But Dwayne's got to be better. It's not just the players. Dwayne's got to be better from a coaching perspective. So, again, that's someone I'm going to be paying attention to as the season progresses because Dwayne might be out after a year if he keeps this up.
Wanyama camp. I'm not in the tank at all camp. I don't believe in it. Having said that, the team is already young enough. You are going to have a ton of cap space in the upcoming free agency period. You have to make a decision on a few players. And there is going to be a player like a Bogdanovich, who I believe is on an expiring contract, who will likely be dished before the deadline
you're gonna trade
to a contender.
Him. Yeah, you're going to trade him.
Who knows, at the end of the year, you may give him a 2, 3, 4-year deal. Forget how old he is. What is he, 29, 31?
He's like a little over 30.
Whatever it may
Still,
be.
to shoot the ball.
You need to bring in 2, 3, maybe even 4 veteran players that have command on the court, because I'm still waiting on Cade. But then again, do you have to? Because I look at Memphis, look at Dallas, look at some of these teams that you got to pick it up. I can look at Casey all I want. Not a fan of him. But I'm not trying to start 4, 5, 6, 7 games into the year.
No, Dwayne's going to be here.
Dwayne Casey.
Yeah,
I just don't want to do it. So,
but it's definitely concerning.
I'll leave that alone. But he's got to be better. His team has to be better. So
and it doesn't get any easier. You got Atlanta on a back-to-back. I'll be there Friday for the Atlanta game.
Would they go 0-3 on the road trip?
Yeah. Some of those are at home, but yeah, you could lose legitimately a couple straight. So,
when we get back, should the Detroit Lions trade for this individual player? Who that is, you'll find out.
Can't wait to get into it.
But before we go, Jeff, our good friends over at Big Frog.
Guys, you can get a free Woodward Sports T-shirt. That's right, a free Woodward Sports T-shirt all month long at Big Frog and Novi. Just stop in and tell them we sent you, and they will print one out for you on the spot. So go to Big Frog and Novi today, get your free T-shirt, or you can visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi.
The biggest rivalry in the state is almost here. That means one thing, the biggest tailgate party in the state. Join Woodward Sports for our tailgate takeover before the U of M versus State game on October 29th. Will Harbaugh and the boys pull out the win? Or is Tuck still coming? We will find out at the Big House. Michigan legend Braylon Edwards will be handing out food, prizes, and much more. So no matter what team you root for, come party with the network that does it best. The Woodward Sports Network. The tailgate takeover, powered by Custom Health Centers, Syntron, and Planet Fitness.
Woodward Sports, you see the name!
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries, what will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Do you want to see the Detroit football team host the Green Bay football team? Front row tickets, we're giving them away, Jeff. To enter, make sure you're recording a video of yourself doing your best Dan Campbell impression posted on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok using hashtag Woodward Front Row. Make sure you're following Woodward Sports, and we will select 3 winners by November 4th. Oh, yeah. We're live here at Planet Fitness. We are giving away...
Oh, my goodness.
Put it on the camera. We're giving away a Braylon Edwards, signed Braylon Edwards jersey, a signed Darren McCarty jersey. And if you want to win, I'll tell you how. Come down here. We got some fun activities going on here. And on top of that,
this thing
all you got to do
later.
is guess how many total free weights
oh, my gosh,
are in this Planet Fitness. And you know what? I really have no idea.
So is this the free weights are not
like
just
dumbbells,
the dumbbells,
correct? So I don't sound like an idiot right now?
Oh,
anything
wow.
that's not attached.
Yeah, we got that's a lot more
I'm
than
going to go 67,000 pounds.
Oh, my God.
What the hell if I know, Stick?
I'm going to...
Don't look at me like I'm the crazy one.
Free weights in Planet.
It's probably like 10,000 now. I gave you a hint. I probably went way too high.
Yeah, I'm going to say 5,000.
5,000? That's how you win it.
5,000.
It's that simple. Hey, don't give us that look.
See
Fish,
how far
Fish,
I'm
shut
off.
the hell up.
Fish, what do you think?
I didn't even talk.
Exactly. So stay doing that.
Fish,
right?
how much weight?
Signed Braylon Edwards jersey.
I'll pull up prices right. 5,001 pounds.
Oh, he went over me.
Yeah,
That's
we'll see.
Dude, that's
we'll see.
Fish.
A signed Braylon Edwards jersey, a signed Darren McCarty jersey.
Ooh.
Oh, man. And we're giving away Michigan State tickets, by the way. They're actually my tickets, by the way. I just don't want to go anymore because Michigan State have sucked all year. What are you doing?
Just working out.
You working out?
Okay,
Absolutely.
you're going to miss a game where Michigan State may win?
God help me.
Hey, you're going to miss
What's
a
up,
game
Fish?
Michigan State may win? That's stupid of you.
Shut up, Fish.
Okay.
Shut up.
Well, if they win, it's your loss. I mean, I can't help you there.
All right, let's get to
it.
Jeff, should the Detroit Lions trade for Mac Jones?
Hell no. Hell no. I'm okay. You can keep Mac Jones for a couple of reasons.
Let me walk you through the scenario.
Yep, tell me about it.
Let me entertain this for a second.
What's the selling point? Hit me with a selling point.
There's no selling point.
Okay, we're done. Okay.
So, one, I don't think it's the move. Number two, can we all agree at home, regardless of how this season has gone, did any of you honestly believe, no matter how well Jared Goff played, that you would ever extend him? No. He's under contract, I believe, till 2024. Which means you had this year, the following year, and the year after. If he was performing at a level you didn't see, to keep him around and groom your young franchise quarterback.
Right.
Having said that, you are 1-5. He is playing like butt cheeks. He has been turnover prone since 2018, 2019. That has not changed. He's still the same turnover prone player.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is, Detroit, $30 million. That's the number. I'm not giving up a first-round pick for Mac Jones. I'm not giving up a second-round pick for Mac Jones. I'm not giving up anything for Mac Jones. I'm not doing it. They shouldn't do it. And the reality is, Jared Goff, whether you like him, whether you hate him, he's the quarterback this year. He's the bridge quarterback. We all agreed on this when he first came to town. He's a bridge quarterback. So, what do we do here? I'll tell you what you do. You play out the season, and if Jared somehow gets exceptionally better and you guys win 4 of your next 7 games, okay, that is a decent sign. It's progress a little bit, right? You're a 5-win team by then, but
right.
If we're honest, you need a franchise quarterback. You want your Joe Burrow. You want your Justin Herbert, your Josh Allen. No, they do not grow on trees. No, they do not.
And usually they're not available for trade either. Because if you're trading a product away, it's not the greatest product always. If Mac Jones was that dude, the Patriots would not trade him. And I think Jared Goff's better right now, so I'm good on that. I'll pass.
Look, the entire
draft your next
situation
quarterback.
with Mac Jones, he's benched for a 6th-round rookie quarterback. Look, do I agree with the decision? I don't. Do I think Joe Judge and Matt Patricia are doing him any favors? Probably not. But at the end of the day, I don't need to hear it. Leave Goff alone. Let him continue the season. What I tell you before the year, Jeff, if Goff played really good, that is a good thing for your team. And if he played really bad, that is also a good thing for your football team. Why?
Because you get to draft your next one. There you go.
Now you get to draft your future quarterback.
It's a win-win.
And even if he played exceptionally well, you have 2 first-round draft picks. You have a multitude of first-round picks in the future. You have a GM who's proven he can trade up in the draft.
And
you can maneuver up in the draft to draft your quarterback and still sit him if you had to. I find this all a bit dramatic, to be honest with you. I don't think this whole quarterback situation is as concerning as people make it out to be.
No.
I think the answers are right in front of you, and I don't like being in a position where I don't have the answers. Jared Goff, through 6 games, has shown me that he will never be anything more than just a bridge, a middle-of-the-pack at best quarterback. Never top 10, never top 8, never close to being elite. And that's okay. That's not a bad thing. You can live with that in the NFL. You can win with it. Dan Campbell can't win with it, but you can win with that kind of quarterback. But the reality is, Detroit, you have a young offensive line, top 3. You have a young receiving core. You have a backfield that you can keep replenishing over the years. You have a lot of things going your way. A young defense that you will add pieces to in the offseason. Yep. Detroit is a premier destination, in my opinion, for a rookie quarterback, Jeff.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. And I think the whole narrative behind Jared Goff, it didn't change because we talked about this before the season. He's a bridge quarterback. He's here to, in lack of better words, keep the ship afloat. And I know through the first 3 weeks of the season, everybody loved Jared Goff. Everyone acknowledged, well, Jared Goff's playing really well. And then the last couple games, now we want to trade Jared Goff or at least go trade for Mac Jones. It's just not happening. It's a win-win either way. Even if he plays well, let's say he plays well, at least you have a bridge quarterback who's playing well. You could at least either draft a quarterback or maybe you wait a year and you keep Jared Goff for the time being and you build a team around him. Either way, it's a win-win. And if he sucks or gets hurt, you draft a quarterback. So I'm not concerned about going out and getting a quarterback. I think that's idiotic, to be honest with you. If a guy's being traded, specifically Mac Jones, it's usually not the best product. So
look,
stay the course. Go draft a quarterback.
2 questions in the chat.
Let's go.
That I want to address, okay? The first one being from Harrison. Harrison says, we need a mobile quarterback. Send J-Mo deep, take the top off the defense, and have a guy who can run it and make the safety have to cheat down.
I mean, it'd be cool if you could.
That's cool if you have a mobile quarterback, but last I checked, Jalen Hurts is the only mobile quarterback at the top of his division? Don't tell me Geno Smith is a mobile quarterback. I mean, let's
he'll kill you in the pocket,
here. Yeah. But let's clarify here. You want a guy that can stand in the pocket and deliver the football. That's right. It. If he can be shifty and move around, that is ideal. That's not priority 1. Priority 1 is the pocket passer who is agile, who can move a little bit. Sure, that's a plus, but that's not everything. No, and then we'll go to Michael Bodo, who says, why isn't anybody talking about Brad Holmes' relationship with Dan Campbell? DC isn't even Brad's guy. Excuse me. He's willing to go down.
I don't think so. I think if there were to be changes made, it wouldn't be Brad. It would be Dan. And I think Brad understands that. It's not about going down with the ship, going down, in the ship with him. I think it'd just be Dan going down the ship single-handedly. I don't think you look at Brad Holmes' first 2 drafts. Go tell me a GM who had a better first 2 drafts. I'll wait. Honestly, why would you fire that man? Makes no sense. I think if Dan Campbell were to get fired, it would be just Dan Campbell. Maybe AG as well. But no. They're not firing Brad Holmes along with it. Especially, they haven't even gotten to their second Rams pick yet for him to even make a selection. So it's way too early. Way too early, especially given what he's brought to the team already. Josh Pascal made his debut. It was already drawing double teams. And now we want to fire Brad Holmes? No, that's not how it works.
Again, I haven't said the F word once. Not only today, but all year long. I haven't said fire Dan Campbell. We're not doing that yet. Having said that, there's a lot of pressure on this team. And I'm not going to be the one to sit here and say, this is what you have to do. But I think as the games continue to play out, it is becoming more and more obvious that you need to draft a quarterback. And at the head coaching position, look, I don't want to spoil 8:45 because in about 20 minutes we'll get to the reality you're facing and what it'll take to have the Lions and Dan Campbell get you back on board. But, Jeff, if I'm honest with you, if they win 3 of their next 4, 4 of their next 6, 5 of their next 7 or 8.
Oh, my God.
Again, I don't want to talk about meaningless wins, but it would be very difficult for Adham, myself, I can only speak for myself, for me to fire somebody when I haven't seen their ceiling. We saw this happen with Schwartz in year 2.
Right.
Awful start, won a string of games down the stretch. You gave him year 3, boom, 10 wins. And you weren't sure if 10 was a ceiling. And then year 4 played out. It didn't work out for Schwartz. And then you knew and you moved on. Fair? I don't want to move on ever from a coach if I can't identify their ceiling. Having said that, so far right now, I don't think he has a ceiling. I think he sucks. But, again, win. I can't tell you, I can't sit up here and honestly tell all of you, winning matters. It's about the wins. And then when he does win, not give him any credit. No. Go out. Start winning 4 of your next 6. 3 of your next 4, dare I say. Win games you're not supposed to win. Take advantage of a hurt Miami team, a struggling Green Bay team offensively. Then we can talk. So we'll get to that at 8:45. But what I'm trying to tell all of you is the writing's on the wall, if that's the correct way to say it. Your coach right now, it doesn't look like it's going in the right direction. Your quarterback situation, you never really cared whether he played good or bad because you were benefiting from both scenarios. If he was playing good and you were winning games, good. That means Dan Campbell's working out and Goff could be a good bridge. And if he was playing awful and you were still winning, well, that means you have a very good head coach.
Right.
But the reality is you're losing on top of him playing poorly, and that is just a situation you don't want to be in. So
no,
that's where I'm at this morning, Jeff. 8:45, we'll talk about that reality for the Lions. Can they turn things around? 8:30 coming up in just a few minutes. I want to talk a little bit more about Saddiq and Killian Hayes. Hayes, again, maybe it's because he's a lefty. I don't know. I don't get it. It just doesn't look right. Nothing ever looks easy for Killian. It always looks difficult.
Right.
And I'm struggling to gain some confidence in his game offensively. So we'll get to that in just a bit. Remember, we're live at Planet Fitness out here in Sterling Heights, Michigan on Ryan Road. Make sure you come out. We're giving away a signed Braylon Edwards jersey, a signed Darren McCarty jersey. We got a bunch of fun games here.
Beautiful.
Giving away a bunch of swag, merch. You can win Michigan versus Michigan State tickets for this week by guessing how many free weights are in this Planet Fitness studio.
I said 5,000. I don't know how close I am there.
I said 67,000. Everybody looked at me like I'm the idiot. You guys didn't give me any hints. So all of you go to hell. Having said that, we'll be right back. But before we go, Jeff, our good friends over at the Sports Marketing Agency.
The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the S Word, will help fight the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling, tell them to head to thesportsma.com for more information.
Woodward Sports is giving you another chance to sit front row, this time at the Detroit versus Green Bay game. Think you have the best Dan Campbell impression?
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Can you say man with the best of them?
I got it. Here's what I need, man. I need you to trust me. I swear to God, I'm not a lunatic. I swear to you.
Can you say, let's go for it on 4th down?
Man, I got a plan, I swear to you. All I think about is you guys. That's all I think about, man.
Are you a master motivator?
That's all I think about is you guys.
Show us in a video. Record your best Dan Campbell impression and post the video on Twitter or Instagram using hashtag Woodward Front Row. We'll select the best 3 impersonations of Motor City Dan Campbell and send you and a guest front row. So knock the dust off the old sweatpants, light some kneecaps, and enter today. And as always, go Lions, man.
I just need you to trust me. That's all. Please.
I don't care if I got 1 toe, 2 butt cheeks, and a rock.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Shout out to Fish. And I'll tell you about Fulling Warehouse. Fulling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling game, 2 to play for $12 unlimited open play, or you could pay $120 for a lane reservation for up to 10 people. $2 mystery beer machine, full bar. Check it out with your friends at FullingWarehouse.com.
All right, we are back here on the Morning Woodward Show. Thank you to everybody watching us over at WoodwardSports.com, to all of you in the Woodward Sports chat. We see you. We see your comments. Make sure you're coming by today live. We are here at Planet Fitness out in Sterling Heights, Michigan on Ryan Road. Come out. We're giving away a ton of cool prizes. Michigan versus Michigan State tickets. You'll be able to win a free whole year, I think. Yep, a whole year of the Black Card membership, which includes the spa, the sauna, whatever they got. They got it all here, man. It is fantastic. Giving away a signed Braylon Edwards jersey, signed Darren McCarty jersey. Lots of cool prizes today, so make sure you stop by, say hi. Fish is here. Feel free, all of you, to come by and punch Fish in the face. I will pay all of you. Anybody who comes down to Planet Fitness today, by the way, from now 8:31 till 10:30 in the morning, if you come down to Planet Fitness today and punch Fish in the face, I'll give you $20.
But ain't no promise Fish won't punch back.
I will pay $20
Fish
for each individual that comes down to Planet Fitness today and punches Fish in the face. All right? Cool.
Fish
Glad we got that out of the way. I'll pay
Fish
for your
will
gas.
fight back.
Having said that, Jeff? You're my guy.
Yeah.
Pistons, I look to you always when we have these conversations. We talk about, I'll give you an example because I want to kind of lead you in here a little bit. We talk about Jaden Ivey.
Right.
What is his game, right? His ability to attack the basket. He has so far shown he can shoot the three-pointer, right? Mid-range, he will develop, I think, over time. I'm not too concerned, but there are things you can point out to me and say, Adam, this is how it's working. This is his game. What is Killian Hayes' game? Because all I ever see him do is dribble up the court, take a bad shot, turn it over, or every 3-4 attempts, he dishes out a good ball and they get a basket from it. I don't see the offensive game. It's not there, and I want to be patient. He hasn't played 100 games yet in the NBA, but kick rocks. Kick rocks, man. It's pathetic right now. I'm sorry.
So for Killian, it's tough because this has been a 3-year leash essentially with Killian Hayes, and Pistons fans, to their credit, have been very patient with him, including myself, because you see what he can do. But you're always hoping that his offensive game develops to the point where he can be a legitimate, your 7th, 8th man off the bench that can give you all the things he provides with his passing, is what he can do defensively. But also you need some offense. You got to be able to knock down shots. You got to be able to play off ball. And Killian so far, it's not even just he's playing bad. He's playing abysmal. And that's the issue. But for the bigger picture, and I want to give Pistons fans a little glimmer of hope, because the team that I often compare this current team to is the 2019-2020 Memphis Grizzlies, a team that finished 34-39 on the season. That was their first year with Ja Morant. Their over-under before the season was 27.5. Do you know how they started through their first 10 games? They were through 9 games. They were 2-9, or 11 games, 2-9. So, again, I'm not giving them any excuses, but for that Grizzlies team to start 2-9 and finish with 34 wins, I'm not saying it's not possible, but what I am saying is you got to be able to play better than they are defensively. That's the biggest issue. If you look at this Memphis team, they were 2-7, through 9 games. Then they started 3-7, 4-7, 5-7, 5-8. See how the wins were starting to come along after those first handful of games. That's what the Pistons need to do. Eventually, you got to play some defense. And through the first couple games, it's been atrocious. And it doesn't help that Killian Hayes isn't providing anything. Saddiq Bey has been inconsistent. I mean, this is not even inconsistent, but just because it's not like he's shooting bad. It's 2 for 5 in the game in 27 minutes played. You just can't do that. But again, a lot of things need to happen. And Cade, I get it. His jumper looks a little different. I'm not going to overreact this early, but for people that are saying coming out of Oklahoma State in the summer league, his jumper was different. I'm curious to see how that progresses. I'm not going to say John Beilein ruined him. John Beilein ruined everybody. I'm not going that far. But they got to play better. And for them, again, I'm going to repeat this point. If you want to be on that same trajectory as the Memphis Grizzlies, for a team like the Memphis Grizzlies to start 2-7 and then go on a 3-game winning streak, That's what the Pistons got to do. It's not about the individual players are important. They got to get better, but they got to play collectively, and they have yet to do that so far. So we'll see. But I'm concerned about Killian Hayes. That's probably the only player I'm legitimately concerned about. I'm not concerned about Cade, Saddiq Bey, but Killian Hayes is playing for essentially his job, his future in Detroit, and his future really with any other team in the NBA. So he has to play better. No question about it.
All right. I don't have much to offer you on Killian because I'm kind of checked out on him at the moment. But I'll ask you this, Saddiq Bey. We called him streaky at times last year, even the year prior. But really down the stretch last year, he became a formidable guy. You were looking at 20, 21 points a game going into this year. This is a guy you thought would give you 20 a night. And again, I know Ivey's a rookie starting on the court.
Right.
I know it's new. Bogdanovich is new. Isaiah Stewart playing the way he does now is new for this team. And I don't want to judge them all so early in the year. But Jeff, Saddiq at times, again, this is a theme on this team. There is no offensive game plan. It's kind of like, all right, it's Cade's turn to dribble it up the court and make a decision. It's Ivey's turn, and Saddiq is just standing there in the corner.
Right.
And then whenever they decide to give him the ball, he decides, well, am I shooting or am I dribbling and penetrating the basket? Like, I don't get this offense. It doesn't have any rhythm to it. And that's why it's inconsistent. That's why they go 2, 3, 4 minutes without a bucket every other quarter.
And that's hard. I mean, it really is. It's hard for Saddiq to have 4 shots through 3 quarters, and then you expect him in the fourth quarter to be knocked down. Like, that rhythm isn't there for him. And for for Cade and Jade and Ivey, for people freaking out, I said this repeatedly throughout the offseason. They're going to need time to be able to play together. This isn't an easy match for these two. They have very similar games in which they both do need the basketball. But you got to give them more time to be able to adjust and be able to find, where does Jaden like the ball? Where does Cade like the ball? When is the right time for Cade to bring up the ball? When is the right time for Jaden to bring up the ball? You got to find these things out, and they're going to find it out, I promise. The difference is, and I'll tell you, between the Pistons and the Lions, is the Lions play 17 games. The Pistons and Red Wings play 82. That's why you need to be patient. It's not in the 17-game sample size, which the NFL, you see teams turn it around very quickly. The Pistons, they got to play better. They got to play better defensively. They got to shoot the ball better. I get all that. But for Cade and for Jaden Ivey, those two need more time than just 4 games. So that's my counterpoint to that. And for Saddiq Bey, the only concern I have is how does Bogdanovich fit with Saddiq Bey? Because it seems like ever since Bogey got here, like you said, he's been taking a lot of these shots. Saddiq's kind of taking a back seat. And I thought Saddiq would average 18 this year and be consistently at that number. He's got to find a way to work himself. Or Dwayne has to find a way to work himself in the offense.
More points a game. Fewer assists slightly, the rebounds down slightly. I'll just be honest with you. Time to start Duren at the 5? No? Are you opposed to it? Because Isaiah Stewart is... I don't want to be mean.
He's not bad. He's just playing... I think he's playing the wrong position, personally.
He's playing below his level right now. That's fair.
Right.
I think he is slightly better than what he's shown. But Duren gives you 6 and 8 off the bench last night. I promise you give him 28 minutes, 32 minutes, he's probably a 12 and 10 guy, 12 and 12 guy. You probably get 3 additional possessions just from offensive rebounds with him on the court.
No question.
So,
and not to mention what they do offensively. You saw early in the game them throw a lob to Isaiah Stewart. He didn't get it. That was Duren. He's slamming that thing down every time. So that's the stuff that Duren provides with his size and his athleticism. That's why we preach. Stu's a 4. He really is. Listen, playing him at the small ball 5 at times is fine, but to start at the 5, you saw Porzingis abuse them in the first quarter because of that lack of size. So Duren, although he's the youngest player in the NBA and he needs time to develop physically, you can make a case he could start right now. And that's the impact he has. Whether you like Duren off the bench or you like him starting, the Pistons do lack size, and teams are going to continuously punish them. So, imagine when you face a Joel Embiid. It ain't going to be pretty. So they're going to have to find that out. You're right. Jalen Duren, he's game by game, he's slowly convincing me. If he can stay out of foul trouble, If he can be in the right spots, especially in the pick-and-roll defense, because he does struggle in there at times, which every rookie does, you can make a case for Duren. 25 games in, I'll say that. People talk about end of the year. He could be squeezed into that starting lineup quicker than a lot of people think. And if they're not losing games, start him. Or if they're not winning games, start him. It's not going to hurt you.
Well, are they realistically going to win games?
What'd you say?
Are they realistically going to win a ton of games where they're 37, 38, 41?
I'd say max 33, 32.
But look at their bench. Their bench is getting outscored every night.
Right, and that's killed.
That's
partially
another problem.
And I'm gonna say this too. The Pistons, I said this yesterday when we were talking about it. They miss Bagley bad, and Burks, because Bagley is another guy who can get you 15, 20 every other night. On top of that, he brings size. And if he were to come off the bench, there's your 15 a night off the bench. So they're definitely hurting without Bagley.
You'd love 15 a night off the bench, right? Because last night you only got 25 points from the bench.
And Killian had a donut.
It is a big difference, though. When you lose a game, 120 to 99?
Right, yeah.
That is the difference of being in the game competitively for all 4 quarters. That's the reality. And whenever that first unit is off the court, it goes down offensively.
Yeah, and that's Killian Hayes. Throw him in there,
Corey
too.
Joseph looks like a dude who just started working out at Planet Fitness. He looks like an Oompa Loompa.
Well, okay.
And he's playing basketball professionally.
He's solid, but he's not in the position. We don't need him to be. That should be Burks. Burks should be doing what Corey Joseph's doing. That should be Burks playing off the bench.
Gosh.
But I'm with you. And Kevin Knox playing minutes? Kevin Knox is terrible. He really is. I can't.
Right now
I struggle to watch
team.
Kevin Knox. But again, it's early in the season. You gotta. I hate saying this because it's been the theme this entire year, but you got to give him more time. I'm sorry, you just do. If they don't fix things defensively, I'm right there with you guys. Jump on the Dwayne Casey train of getting him out of town, but it's way too early. You got to give these guys a chance to fix it themselves as players. Because it's not like Dwayne's going into practice and being like, you know what, guys? Let's not play defense. You know what? Just screw defense. You know what? We're not even going to shoot the ball in practice. Actually, don't shoot and don't play defense. And then, we're good. We can go out to the Wizards and play at Washington. That's not what happens. So, again, give these players a chance to turn it around. And if they start doing that, and it's ugly, like I said, Memphis Grizzlies started out 2-7. 2-7. But they won 3 straight, and they able to win 34 at the end of the year. So got to give them a chance.
I'll tell you what. Second hour of the show, we're going to talk about Halloween costume ideas for everybody on the staff. Can we get Rogelio to dress up as an Oompa Loompa? And then he could be Corey Joseph for Halloween.
Oh,
right?
my God.
I think that works. I'll ask Raj after the show. We'll be right back, but what do we got coming up? We've got the reality the Detroit Lions are facing. Can they turn it around, Jeff? They got Miami at home, Green Bay at home, on the road to Chicago. Thanksgiving Day, Buffalo Bills.
No, it ain't looking good.
It is a very important 4-game stretch for the Lions. We'll get to that and more in just a bit. But before we do, I got to tell you about our good friends over at Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment for the dream home you have in mind. Up to $200,000. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
The biggest rivalry in the state is almost here. That means one thing, the biggest tailgate party in the state. Join Woodward Sports for our tailgate takeover before the U of M versus State game on October 29th. Will Harbaugh and the boys pull out the win? Or is Tuck still coming? We will find out at the Big House. Michigan legend Braylon Edwards will be handing out food, prizes, and much more. So no matter what team you root for, come party with the network that does it best. The Woodward Sports Network. The tailgate takeover, powered by Custom Health Centers, Syntron, and Planet Fitness.
Woodward Sports, you see the name!
Hey, it's Sean Jordan from the Sports Marketing Agency, and SMA wouldn't be who we are without our amazing partners.
Thank you so much, Sean. At Detroit Wayne, we want to serve as a resource for you and your families. We offer mental health services, substance use disorder services throughout our communities, and we want to be that source and resource within the community.
If you or a loved one are suffering from a mental health or substance abuse issue, please don't hesitate to call 1-800-241-4949.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
All right, tomorrow we will be live with Ermanni and Edwards at the Michael Phillips Keller Williams office out in Dearborn. Braylon will be doing a meet and greet after the show, Jeff, along with a trunk or treat at 6 p.m. in the Keller Williams parking lot. Food trucks, costumes, and more, all thanks to the great people over at Michael Phillips and his wonderful staff at Keller Williams. It's awesome, man. I'm so excited. I really am. Get to see my people tomorrow. And, look, I got breaking news. I am shocked by this.
You just get a trade go through?
So, James Robinson was traded to the New York Jets.
Who?
James Robinson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And for fantasy owners,
First
you would
6th
imagine
round.
It's Tuesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. Everybody's going to bid high on James Robinson if he was available. Makes sense, right?
But he shouldn't be available.
Well, yeah, you'd be surprised. He was dropped. He was dropped, I would say, 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Etienne, the last 2 weeks, has dominated the ball. So let me get to my point here. So James Robinson goes, and he's bid for $45 in our league, which is pretty expensive. And somebody won the bid. Congratulations. How much do you think Michael Carter would go for? What would you bid on for Michael Carter? You wouldn't, would you? You wouldn't spend $1 on the backup running back. Fair?
Maybe
$5.
In case James Robinson gets hurt, and then you have Carter. But other than that,
would you spend half of your money?
No.
All right. Well, look, we got a guy in our league. His name is I'll call him Abu T. All right. Let's just use his alias. He bid $41 on Michael Carter. He put 41% of his budget for the whole year on a backup running back. I'm disgusted.
That is inexcusable.
I'm disgusted. And then he has the balls to text me saying, offer me 1-for-1 for Mark Andrews. I send him Amon-Ra St. Brown, and then he gets mad at me and says, I'll give you Andrews and whatever the hell this guy's name is, Michael Pittman for Kamara and Hopkins.
He's high.
Look, we have special needs people in our fantasy football group. I don't know if I told you. They bid $41 on a backup running back. I'm ashamed to be in this league right now.
Oh, no.
Sounds great to me.
What a shame. What's up, Fish?
Sounds great to me. It's something I would do.
God bless you, Fish. You're the only positive guy we have in this building. All right, look. Let's all be honest. Let's all take a step back. All right, it's been a rough few weeks. The Lions are on a 4-game losing streak. Okay? They're 1-5. That's the reality. Fair? We all agree they're 1-5.
Fair.
Cool. Let's get some common ground here. What is it going to take, all of you? So all of you watching at woodwardsports.com right now and in the Woodward Sports chat, answer this question. Put your comment in the chat. What is it going to take in the next 2 games, 3 games, 4 games for Dan Campbell to win you back and have you believing this team is back on track? Is it winning your next 2 games at home? Is it winning 2 of your next 3 games? Is it winning 3 of your next 5? Because I don't think many of you believe you'll beat Buffalo on Thanksgiving. Fair? So I can't do anything about Buffalo. I'm not going to ragdoll you for losing to Buffalo, right? But you got a vulnerable Miami team, a vulnerable Green Bay team coming up on the road to Chicago.
Well, they got...
Then you have Buffalo.
No, you have New York before Buffalo.
Oh, you have New York? Excuse me.
But those are 4 games that... Why can't you win?
So my question is, over the next 5 games, Before Buffalo, it is 5 games, correct?
Yes. Including Buffalo, it's 5.
Okay. So
Miami,
for the
Green
next
Bay,
4
Chicago,
games
New
then,
York.
For the next 4 games, what does Dan Campbell need to do to get your confidence back? Is it go 2-2, and your team is sitting there at 3-7? Or is it they need to go 3-1? That is my question to all of you this morning. What does Dan Campbell need to do to get your confidence back? Or maybe you're somebody who is uber patient and you have a ton of confidence in Dan and you're not weighing or even evaluating him this year. That surprises me. You're part of the problem. But regardless, you tell me why or what needs to happen over the next 4 games prior to Buffalo that Dan Campbell needs to do. Jeff?
I would say you got to win. I think that's period number one. You got to win some of these games. I would say minimum 2-2. I think if you can go 2-2 through the next 4 games, you have Miami at home, Green Bay at home, away to Chicago, away to New York. You can beat Chicago. New York isn't unbeatable. Green Bay's been shaky, and Miami, Tua's just got back. And I get, listen, the weapons. I'll be at the game this Sunday at Ford Field facing Miami. It's going to be scary facing Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. But why can't you beat them? I see teams every week in and week out, beat teams they're not supposed to beat. I watched the Seattle Seahawks drop 40 on the Chargers last weekend. Like, again, it's possible to go out and beat a team, I don't know, that you're not supposed to win. So, again, they got to go 2-2. They got to show progress. And I think from Dan Campbell's perspective, just put the team in the best situations. Please don't go for it on 4th and 9. Please don't go for it on your own 30-yard line. If he's being, and honestly, if he called it a conservative game plan against Dallas, can you be conservative every game, please? I'm fine with that because it kept him in the game to the 4th quarter. If you want to be conservative, that's fine, but be smart. If you want to go for it on 4th down, that's fine, but pick and choose your spots. Don't be an idiot. So for me, Dan Campbell has to show improvement. The team has to show improvement. And if you can get DeAndre Swift and Amon-Ra St. Brown back with Josh Pascal playing the way he's been playing, there's no question that you can at least sneak off two of these games out of 4.
So Is it 2-2 over the next 4 games?
Yes, I would say 2-2 before that Buffalo game.
Would
that
give
would
you
put
confidence?
That would put you at 3-6.
3-7. They're 1-5 right now.
3-7. Going into that Buffalo game.
I don't think there's a wrong answer here. Everybody has their own opinion.
That would probably be my answer.
I'm not going to tell you you're wrong for something, but he wins 2 of the next 4 games. Is all things are back to normal?
Context matters. I mean,
I understand.
Let's say they go 2-2 in the game against Green Bay. It comes down to a 4th quarter drive. They play it close. Miami, they lose by a field goal. I think they could beat Miami. They could beat them. I don't think they. We'll get to it, but they can certainly. I see teams every week do it.
I understand,
beat good teams.
Jeff, but how do you get confidence back in this team? Right?
Got to win.
That's what I'm asking for. Like,
win.
Why should I buy into Dan Campbell at the moment? Right? For me, if he wins the next 2 games, he's got my attention. I'm not saying he is the greatest coach in the history of this franchise, but you go out and beat these 2 teams at home who are vulnerable. Miami is still adjusting to life with Tua again. He's prone to getting injured. Their offense, look, after their scripted drives were over in the 1st quarter against Pittsburgh, they really offered nothing much after that. You go to the Packers game, they're struggling offensively.
Right. So are we.
I understand, Jeff, but again, when are you going to go out and win games you're not supposed to?
Right.
When are you going to go out and put together a game plan that wins you a game over 4 quarters? It doesn't just win you a half. You don't win a game at halftime. You win the game at the end of the 4th quarter. That's how games are lost in the 4th quarter typically. Now, could you blow a lead or make it impossible to come back early on? Yeah, of course, you make it more difficult. But where I'm going here is I see Green Bay and Miami. I'm not going to tell you that the Lions must win these games. I don't do that.
Yeah. Maybe they can sneak one of them.
But what I'm telling you is if you want me to give Dan Campbell some breathing room, he needs to win the next 2 games or the next 2 out of the 3. And if he can win on the road in Chicago and split between the Packers and Miami, and they would be 3-6, I wouldn't be ready to jump off the cliff. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because
I wouldn't be bought in again, but I would at least not be where I'm at now, which is uber frustrated. ready to just cut all ties. I don't want to have to feel that way. I don't want to be that way. So win 2 of the next 3, and then you have the Giants, the Bills, the Jaguars, the Vikings, 3 of which are home games. You have 3 of the next 4 after that are home games. You go 2-2 in that stretch. Suddenly you become 5-9. And you're kind of teetering this point where if you finish with 6, dare I say the 7th win,
you have
accomplished what I asked for this year. And I can't complain about that.
Right.
But now the question is, do I actually think they're going to win 4 of their next 8 games? I have no reason to believe that.
Right.
I haven't seen the formula for it. I haven't seen the coach go out and execute it and the players execute over 4 quarters. But it would take 4-4 for me to be willing to have a conversation. And not only have a conversation, I would even argue Dan should get the 3rd year. But if that's not the case, then I don't want to waste my time either.
Right. And I think
4-4, I think, is the number.
And I think on top of that, win a road game. Can we do that as well?
Oh, I forgot. That's the thing.
Can we throw in a road game? I mean, you go to New York, you go to Chicago. Those are 2 teams you could beat. I promise you. I get New York's having a great year, but they're not unbeatable. They just have an excellent head coach, and they know how to utilize what they have offensively. And defensively, they got some pieces. But for the Lions, it's not just about going 2-2. It's can you win a road game? I think that's going to give people a little more confidence because it's been a year and a half. We haven't seen one. Win a road game against 2 opponents you can beat, you're able to beat. You could argue they have a better offense, when healthy, than Chicago and New York. Now, defensively, we can have that discussion at another time. But it doesn't mean they can't play to what they played against Dallas or play to the level they played against the Vikings. This defense comes or the first half against Washington. This defense comes to show up sometimes. They just got to do it more consistently. We'll see it, but I would love a road game in there because that would give people even more confidence. You got to get one eventually.
You sneak in a road win. You go 4-4 in your next 8. I'm telling you, there is a way for Dan Campbell back. I don't want to sit up here and just be so aggressive with him. When I tell you wins matter, I mean it. If he goes out and is 4-4 in his next 8, or 4-3 in his next 7, you're going to see me up here saying, you know what, Dan? You turned it around. I wasn't happy with the start of the season, but now you're approaching the number I gave you, which was 7.
Right.
Even if you fall short at 6, you could still convince me on why the 3rd year is even remotely acceptable. Even if I'm out on him, you could at least have the conversation. So that's what he has to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he has to do. If he loses, if he wins 1 of his next 8,
I think the writing's on the wall.
If he wins
already.
2 of his next 8 games,
they're not going to fire
you're
him.
talking about a 3-11 football team.
They're not going to fire him.
I'm not sure how any of you
so.
can convince me I'm supposed to be confident in this head
But
coach.
for me, the writing's on the wall.
All good. When we get back, top of the hour coming up, we got some great prizes to give away. A signed Braylon Edwards jersey, signed Darren McCarty jersey, Michigan versus Michigan State tickets. All you got to do
it's big time.
is come into Planet Fitness here in Ryan Road, Sterling Heights, Michigan. Come out. Guess how many free weights are in the building. I guessed apparently too much, and everybody looked at me like I was the idiot, so you can all go to hell.
That's because you are. That's because you are.
Whatever.
I guess 5,000. We'll see.
Tell everybody at home about our good friends over at Cintron.
Let me tell you about our friends at Cintron because Cintron is the official energy drink of the Red Wings. Cintron has combined 3 of their delicious flavors into a limited edition 6-pack sampler box. You could try Cintron's great tasting cranberry, classic, or sugar-free, all in 1 pack. Pre-order your Cintron 6-pack sampler box today at CintronWorld.com/Red Wings. Get energized with Cintron.
Woodward Sports is giving you another chance to sit front row, this time at the Detroit versus Green Bay game. Think you have the best Dan Campbell impression?
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Can you say man with the best of them?
I got it. Here's what I need, man. I need you to trust me. I swear to God, I'm not a lunatic. I swear to you.
Can you say, let's go for it on 4th down?
Man, I got a plan, I swear to you. All I think about is you guys. That's all I think about, man.
Are you a master motivator?
That's all I think about is you guys.
Show us in a video. Record your best Dan Campbell impression and post the video on Twitter or Instagram using hashtag Woodward Front Row. We'll select the best 3 impersonations of Motor City Dan Campbell and send you and a guest to Front Row. So knock the dust off the old sweatpants, light some kneecaps, and enter today. And as always, go Lions, man!
I just need you to trust me. That's all. Please.
I don't care if I got 1 toe, 2 butt cheeks, and a rock.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Guys, if you're looking to lose weight like Maz is, well, I'll tell you what, I have the perfect option for you. Custom Health Centers takes the willpower out of weight loss. Whether you need to lose 20 or 120 pounds, Custom Health Centers will help you do it quickly and, most importantly, safely. Go to CustomHealthCenters.com or give them a call today, 844-789-THIN. That's 844-789-THIN. All right. We are back, top of the hour. Thank you to everybody joining us over at WoodwardSports.com and the Woodward Sports chat. We are live from Planet Fitness here on Ryan Road out in Sterling Heights, Michigan. We're giving away a Braylon Edwards signed jersey, a Darren McCarty signed jersey.
Beautiful jersey.
And the way you can win Michigan versus Michigan State tickets is come on by and take a guess. What is the total amount of weight and free weights that are located at this Planet Fitness facility? I guessed a really bad number, so you guys know it's definitely not 67,000. Jeff guessed 5,000. Nobody gave him a reaction, so I really don't know how to help you guys. But that's how you win it. Stop by Ryan Road, Sterling Heights, Michigan, Planet Fitness. This place is dope, Jeff. It's huge. I didn't know Planet Fitness is this big.
Yeah, no, it's it's humongous. Awesome. And it's beautiful in here, honestly.
Clean,
nice
awesome. But the good news actually happened yesterday. The Detroit Tigers... What's wrong with you guys? The Detroit Tigers announced their new assistant GM, Rob Metzler.
Thank you.
Steve Yzerman.
Thank you. And now, mind you,
this is the direction I am. This is what I'm talking about here. It is good move compounded with another good move after another good move after another good move after another good move, and it just continues to happen.
Is it
Al Avila was a scrub and a bum.
Is it selfish of me to like the firings that Scott Harris has done more so than the hirings?
Beautiful, ruthless. I love it.
Firings.
Be ruthless. I want a dictator running my organization. I want somebody who knows what he wants and will stop at nothing to get it.
Well, yes. The way you put that, yes, you're right.
I'm not saying kill people, Jeff. Relax, all right? What I'm trying to tell you is, yes, if you're not performing at the level I expect you to, you're gone. Not, I feel bad for you, I'll give you another year. That's how you deal with Al Avila for 7, 8, 9 years.
Yeah.
Sorry. This is the business. You got a top-tier manager. You've got a top-tier president of operations now, a very good assistant. A lot of things are going your way if you're the Tigers right now. I am on board. I was on board when Scott came back. That was the move that got me back on board. Well done. I'm all for it. Another positive step in the right direction. I believe he comes from the Tampa Bay Rays organization.
Director of scouting.
It's a good move.
Yeah.
Baseball people that can make good baseball decisions. Not fat scrubs like Al Avila. All right? So the Tigers this morning, a step in the right direction, and I couldn't be any happier with what the Tigers are doing right now, Jeff. That's all I could ask for.
Yeah, and then that's the big thing. I mean, Scott Harris identifying where this team needs help, and that's with their farm system. There's nothing. It's desolated. It's abysmal. There's nothing. So to hire Rob Metzler from the Tampa Bay Rays organization, a guy who's respected, obviously Scott Harris respects him, but the effect in the amount of impact he's had with Tampa, to be able to find, listen, you look at the Tigers. We talked about this all year too. We love Spencer Torkelson. At least not how he played, but the player itself. You think he can become a better player. Riley Green, we love what he showed out of his first year. But the bigger part is we need more guys coming up. And you got to find more top 100 prospects. And for a guy like Rob Metzler to be now the vice president, assistant GM, it's a great move. This is where the Detroit Tigers are heading. You're going to be getting young guys, developing them, and bringing them up in the future. That's kind of the road Scott Harris sees. And again, this is the perfect guy for the job. And as of right now, foresight, we obviously have to see it go into fruition. But just off rip, Scott Harris, not only do I love the firings he's done, by the way, clearing house, getting rid of all the bad from this Detroit Tigers organization within the scouting department that Al Avila's kept for the last 8 years. But on top of that, bringing in qualified individuals that have resumes, that have done things, that have proof in the pudding. And for me, it's exciting. I mean, we talked with Neil Rule. Neil Rule's talked about this in Big D Energy too. There are no help. There is no help coming. And for Rob Metzler, it kind of gives you a little more, I guess, optimism moving forward with how they draft or how they develop players. Because not only can they not draft, the Tigers can't develop players. You're hoping that changes with Scott Harris and now Rob Metzler at the helm. So it's exciting if you're a Tigers fan. Now, can I call Scott Harris the best GM ever? No. But certainly looking at his resume, looking at his what people say about him as well, I mean, am I crazy to think that when it's all said and done, the Tigers, the Pistons, and the Red Wings, again, it's going to be one of those situations where they're just moving ahead of the Detroit Lions. And the Lions, we talked about, the Lions were in the farthest position, the closest position to turning it around. I love what the Tigers are doing, man. Now they got to get to the base. They got to play some baseball. They're probably going to lose a lot of games, but certainly you see what they're building, and it's exciting. It really is.
All right, look, let me be honest with you. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of anointing people immediately. But when qualified people are put into qualified positions,
right,
I get excited. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan were going to work. It didn't take a rocket scientist to know a young Les Snead and a young Sean McVay would probably work. Now, did you expect one of the greatest coaches over the last 6-7 years? No. Okay, maybe not to that level, but you didn't think they were incompetent. But when you make decisions like hiring Jeremy over there, you hire Jeremy as your president of operations for the Lions, well, you're an idiot. That's a bad hire. I'm sorry. Sorry, Jeremy, but that's just a really bad decision. When you hire Joey as the VP or GM of the Detroit Tigers, that's a bad move. Joey's not qualified for that role. But when you're hiring qualified people with a track record of success, a history of success, working in an organization that succeeds at things your organization could never over the last 5, 10, 15 years. How many positional players have the Tigers developed, truly developed? Maybe 4, maybe 5? That's where we're at this morning. That's where we're at. The Tigers have announced qualified people in executive positions, and I couldn't be more optimistic about the Tigers. Let's go to the people in the Woodward Sports chat, see what we have going on. How much sweat is underneath Adam's bubble vest? I would say 0 right now. It's actually really nice in here. AC is really nice. Feeling pretty good. Can't wait to hit the gym after.
How do you not?
Fish, shut the hell up. Just because we're out in public.
I want to see how much fish. How much could you bench press?
Wait,
Fish could bench press. I think the bar only.
My guy.
I think you could only do the bar. Yes or no?
I mean,
My God.
you might not be that wrong.
I think you could do, what's the bar, 45 pounds? I think you could bench press the bar. Now, if I put weights on it, you'd probably die. But we're not doing that. You're at least just benching the bar. I think you could do 3 reps.
On the bar, yeah, I would say
5 reps
yeah.
of 45?
Yeah, I would say 5 on the bar.
I think Fish could do it. You know what? We're going to do this after the show.
Okay.
Put a poll in the chat. Do you think Fish can do 5 reps of a 45-pound bar?
So
chest press.
Just the bar itself, right?
Chest workout. All right? We're going to go for the chest
Oh,
workout
it's this
with
one,
Fish.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
45 pounds just the bar, yes or no? Everybody who guesses correctly.
What do they win?
If you come down to Planet Fitness, I'll give you a free Woodward Sports t-shirt.
Wow.
How about that?
That's exciting.
So we'll go from there. Adam, are you dressing up for, Adam, are you dressing
talking
up
about
like
that
Motor City
950.
Dan Campbell for Halloween? Honestly, I think that's the move.
We're talking about that.
I think I am going to dress up
be.
as Dan Campbell.
It
I
might
just
very
haven't
well
figured
be.
out what I'm going to wear, though. Right? He doesn't have, like, one go-to attire. I would either have to do the venti skit where I bring in a bunch of Starbucks cups, or I'd bring in the race hat, whatever the helmet he wore that one day.
Wait,
or, I don't know.
I'm
Maybe I put
sorry.
a paper bag over my head and say I'm just a loser. I don't know.
SOL.
We'll see.
I'm sorry.
We'll figure it out.
I just had to bring this up because, listen,
Go for
in
it.
the WoodwardSports.com chat, Salty says, I'm salty. People actually, and I just want to read this word for word because it's kind of funny. If I could find it. Brad Holmes is the greatest Lions GM ever, they said. So my curiosity was, name me a better first 2 drafts in Lions history, please. And you brought up Martin Mayhew. So I want to go back and just look at Mayhew's first 2 drafts. This ain't it. I'm sorry. The year after the first 3 drafts, if you want to include that 3rd draft, you found Ndamukong Suh. But let's just look at the first 2 drafts. Ooh. Yeah, no, this ain't it. If you want to count Matthew Stafford in 2009, that's fine. But Pettigrew, DeAndre Levy, great player for a couple years. Like, what are we doing? I mean, it's not that crazy to say Brad Holmes can and has the potential to be the greatest Lions GM ever. Right now, yeah, it's 2 years in. You can't say it this early. You got to give him the leeway that you gave Martin Mayhew. But to come after Brad Holmes, after what you saw last week and Josh Pascal make an impact in his first game, really pulling at straws, guys. You really are. I mean, it's pretty depressing. But again, if you want to blame Brad Holmes, that's fine. I wouldn't go that route, but some people choose to. That's fine. But just please go back and look at the drafts. And please tell me if that's the first 2 better drafts than what Brad Holmes did. Brad Holmes found 3 to 4 starters in each draft, so 2 to 3, really, realistically. And then you found other guys that are going to play for you. That's just my opinion. But anyway, just wanted to share my thoughts on Brad Holmes. I think blaming him for anything is ridiculous. So go on.
Fair enough. Well, look,
Sue,
it's 9:13.
And by the way,
when we get back, I want to talk about Hard Knocks.
Can't wait, by the way.
Did Hard Knocks influence the Lions fan base in a positive or negative direction? Curious to have that conversation, what the people in the Woodward Sports chat think. That and so much more. Fantasy football coming up at 9:30. Can't wait. But before we go, Jeff, our good friends over at Guardian Alarm.
Let me tell you about our friends at Guardian Alarm, because that means you're spending more time outside while it's nice. Michigan's weird. It's nice one day, it's snowing the next. I don't get it. But let Guardian Alarm give you peace of mind while you're out enjoying the sunshine. Just call 1-800-STAY-OUT and let them know you have protection. You can let them know your friends at Woodward Sports sent you if you call 1-800-STAY-OUT today.
Japan, way to move the fixture, bums.
Tell them, Fish.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Do you want to win front row tickets to watch Detroit versus Green Bay? Well, we're giving 3 pairs of front row tickets away. All you got to do is do your best Dan Campbell impersonation.
Man.
And if you can do that, man, and that's Neil Rule over there, man, you do that impersonation. Submit the video on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok and use hashtag Woodward Front Row. You will have a chance to win a pair of front row tickets. 3 winners will be announced November 4th. Neil Rule, shout out to Neil Rule. That's your way to win those front row tickets. Your best Dan Campbell impersonation. I'm probably going to dress up as Dan for Halloween, honestly. Just dress up as a loser.
You could.
Nice. That'd be nice. All right, look, we're back here on the Morning Woodward Show. 9:16 live at Planet Fitness out here on Rhine Road in Sterling Heights, Michigan. We're giving away a Braylon Edwards signed jersey, a Darren McCarty signed jersey. There's Plinko games, bunch of activities here. Adam, Jeremy, the whole crew's out here. Neil's out here, sticking Joey. Of course, there's Fish if you like fish. I don't know how many of you like him, but
not very many.
He is an option.
I have like 5 friends, maybe.
Am I one of them?
Maybe 6. Yeah, you're one of them.
There you go. That's all that matters in my life. As long as I'm in Fish's circle, I'm good. I don't care what any of you think of me.
Well,
as long as Fish likes me, you can all go to hell.
Yeah, but in 5 minutes, they'll tell me to shut the F up. So.
That's absolutely true.
There we go,
yep. All right. Here's what we got, Jeff. Hard Knocks, before the season started. A lot of momentum, promise, optimism going into the season. It never changed my win total. I was 7 before Hard Knocks. I was 7 after. But is it because you watch this team behind the scenes say the things they said? And again, I know some things are easy to say, like, I like our players this year. I like this. I like that. But, Jeff, you had your GM, your head coach, your defensive coordinator boast about their defense. Boys, we got a defense this year. Boys, we got a defense this year. We got playmakers, boys. And, look, Tracy Walker getting hurt doesn't help.
Yeah,
no, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
But the expectation was this was a team that was going to be middle of the pack all year. They were going to be middle of the pack, and they would probably fall off late because they just don't have all the talent to be a contender for a wild card spot. They would be in the mix. You would expect by mid-November, late, I would say even, forget it, late November, early December, when you look at those in the hunt charts, the Lions would be up there. They may not be the favorite to be the wild card team and get the 7th seat, but they would be up there.
Yeah, if you look at the roster and you look at the talent they had offensively.
Now you're staring at 1-5.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm honest with you, I don't think Hard Knocks had any influence over the disappointment. I don't.
Not for me. We can only speak for ourselves.
I really believe, not only for myself, I believe for the general consensus. Hard Knocks was fun. It was a talking point. It was a good conversation. It was energetic. People loved it. Great. Right. It did not change the fact that your personnel was what it was. Your coach is who he is. And everybody thought the progressional step of year 1 to year 2 was going to happen. And so far through 6 games, Jeff, they're not taking that step. And like I mentioned earlier, if they win 3 of their next 5, 3 of their next 6, I'm not saying it's going in the complete right direction, but there's at least that small step forward that you can maybe, just maybe, hold on to. I don't agree with it. But I can't also be the one who tells you wins matter, and then they go win 4 of their next 6, and I sit here and say, well, I still don't like Dan Campbell. That's not how it works.
Right.
So either he can coach and he can win football games, or he can't. I don't think Hard Knocks had an influence, at least for me.
Yeah.
Can't speak for all of you. Yeah. I would like to believe that's the general consensus. But I'm not a fan. I didn't think it pushed anybody outside of, ultra fans in one way or the other. But at the end of the day, nothing changed for me. They were a 7-win team. They're underperforming at the moment, and that's it.
Yeah, nothing changed for me either. They were a 7 to 8 win team even before Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks came along. Yeah, it got everyone excited. It was nice to see the behind the scenes of a team that's building something. I do think Hard Knocks, though, affected some people. I don't want to speak for everybody in the chat because we do have a lot of intelligent listeners and fan. The Lions fan base, to most people's surprise, isn't always drinking the Kool-Aid. I mean, these guys, and shout out to Neil Rule, by the way. Look at Neil getting a workout, my guy. It's not all about looking at this team and seeing what they can be. Because for me, it's 6-7 wins isn't unreasonable. I think that was reasonable. We knew they didn't have a lot of talent defensively. We knew offensively that was going to be their strong suit. We talked about that all before the season. But we didn't expect it to be this bad. You didn't expect them to be 1-5. And I think Hard Knocks does play a part in that with raising people's expectations to their own fault or to their own demise. Because when you see the team and how they're playing, and you see all the good, because Hard Knocks only brings out all the good stuff, right? It's all the best moments of training camp. It's 100%. All the kumbaya moments of training camp. And then the real stuff starts. And then you have Dan Campbell through the first couple weeks saying we're at rock bottom. Again, I do think Hard Knocks had an effect on some people's expectations. But for me personally, whether they run Hard Knocks or not, I expected improvement. I expected you to double your win total. So if they can get to 6 wins, I think you could still call it a semi-successful year. You didn't like the context in which they got there, but overall, I think it's fair for everybody to have 6-7 win expectations. I don't think Hard Knocks was the reason for that, but I think certainly some people maybe thought they'd make the playoffs after Hard Knocks.
I'm sorry.
In a bad NFC,
you can't
which is crazy.
convince me in a league where turnovers happen in a year, 2 years, that you can't go from a 3-win team to a 6, 7, 8-win team. We are now talking about the Giants having one of the best records in the NFL, tied for the most wins in the NFL. They were a rebuild when Brian Daboll showed up. Seattle went into a full rebuild when they traded Russell Wilson away. They lost Jamal Adams on the first play of the game to start the year. They haven't had their best defensive player. They just lost DK Metcalf. They lost Rashad Penny. Geno Smith is their starting quarterback. Arthur Smith is working with Marcus Mariota, no running backs, no Cordero Patterson, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts, who is having a major setback his second year. What are we talking about here? In the NFL, it is almost rigged for you to have success every 2 years, 3 years at the latest. It is rigged that way, with the cap, with draft picks, etc. You have to go out of your way not to turn it around every 3 years. And you're in your second year, and you're still losing football games.
But the way they're losing,
there are no excuses for it.
Yeah, the way they're losing, too.
I don't care whether it was good or bad.
Right.
There are no excuses. Robert Saleh, if he's 2-5 right now, they're running him out of town in New York.
No question.
Not because his defense could be giving up 17 points a game right now, and they're 2-5. And he would be run out of New York.
Yep.
Brian Daboll, next year, let's say this year they weren't 6-1. Let's say his first year they were a 4-win team.
Right.
Let's say Brian Daboll's offense is averaging 25 points a game.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
If you're not winning football games, nobody cares.
Nobody. That's all it is. I mean, you're ultimately defined by wins and losses. Nothing else is acceptable. This is what this league is. This is what the NBA is. It's across all sports. So for Dan, we could talk about his decision-making. At the end of the day, you got to win games. And that's what this team has struggled to do. And that's why he's not void of criticism. He deserves a lot of the criticism he's gotten. I get people want to say, you know what, you got to be patient. That's getting old real quick because you look around the NFL and every week in and week out, you see teams beating teams they're not supposed to beat. When is it the Lions' turn? And it's funny because people have these high expectations. Ryan Ermanni, love you, Ryan, by the way. But you have these overachieving expectations.
Don't mind it.
No, but hold on. And then when they don't get there, I'm done with this team. That's what I don't like because you're setting yourself up anyway to be disappointed.
I don't mind. Again, I told you before the season. I don't mind a Lions fan. I don't mind a Lions fan coming up to me and telling me, Adam, 8 wins. Adam,
well, 8's different than 10 in a playoff win. You know,
Adam, I think they're a 10-win team because I could make the argument for it. You know how? that means Dan Campbell is everything you think of and more as a coach.
Right.
Right?
Right.
You regard coaches in a higher manner when they, I don't know, win football games. You could have sold me on all of it before the season. And now you have the situation you're in now where you're 1-5. We talked about it earlier. What is it going to take? I don't see it. But at the end of the day, again, wins are what matters. We'll go from there. 9:25, we're here live at Planet Fitness out on Ryan Road, Sterling Heights, Michigan. Make sure you come out. We're giving away a signed Braylon Edwards jersey, a signed Darren McCarty jersey.
Go
Wings. If you guess
Michigan
total amount
legends.
of weight and free weights that are in this Planet Fitness facility, you will be eligible to win Michigan versus Michigan State tickets.
Wow.
By the way, those are my tickets. I just don't want to go to the game anymore.
Scared of the result.
It's going to be like 50
Scared of that
to 10.
butt whooping.
It's going to be brutal, man.
It's not, but
it's going to be brutal, and you know what? I'm hoping I'm setting myself up for the opposite to happen. But I
told you it'll be closer. I think it'll be closer.
I just don't see
Jeff
it.
knows. He's
I'm
smart.
sure it'll be close early. I'm sure the first quarter will go well. I'm
Right.
sure some things will go well, but you can't convince me, Jeff. There's nothing on tape to show me it will change. But regardless, we'll take a quick break. When we get back, fantasy football updates in the Woodward Sports League. We got to go around the league as well. Lots to talk about, that and so much more. But before we go, Jeff, our good friends over at Big Boy.
Well, for a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries are at Big Boy. And it's not just the Slim Jim. It's the Big Jim, the chili cheeseburger, as well as the bacon blue. But how about upgrading those fries, by the way? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, and nacho fries. Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
The biggest rivalry in the state is almost here. That means one thing, the biggest tailgate party in the state. Join Woodward Sports for our tailgate takeover before the U of M versus State game on October 29th. Will Harbaugh and the boys pull out the win? Or is Tuck still coming? We will find out at the Big House. Michigan legend Braylon Edwards will be handing out food, prizes, and much more. So no matter what team you root for, come party with the network that does it best. The Woodward Sports Network. The tailgate takeover, powered by Custom Health Centers, Syntron, and Planet Fitness.
Woodward Sports, you see the name!
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Get a shot up. This is for the win.
All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Let me tell you about our friends at Chili Peppers Tanning. Because, guys, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D with spotless, sanitized rooms and trained and certified tanning professionals. Join the Pepper Club for all the best deals. They'll beat all competitors by $5. And ChiliPeppersTanning.com. Hottest bulbs, hottest deals, darkest tans. Your Vitamin D headquarters, 27 locations, and more on the way.
Chili Peppers Tan.
God bless you, Fish. All right, we are back live here at Planet Fitness out on Ryan Road, Sterling Heights, Michigan. I'll keep saying it. We're giving away awesome prizes today. A signed Braylon Edwards jersey, a signed Darren McCarty jersey. You're eligible. Stop in.
You're going to want to get these.
Stop in, and you'll be able to win Michigan versus Michigan State tickets. Guess how many total pounds and free weights there are here at the Planet Fitness building.
I'm going 5K. Sticking with it. Final answer, lock it in.
Yeah. I bet there's somebody out there that knows the exact number. They're just like holding it in.
Well, someone at the gym right now listening knows the exact number.
Having said that, regardless, here's what I got for you, Jeff. I don't want to go into draft season or mock draft season or what the Lions are going to do, quarterback, who, what pick, trade back, da-da-da-da-da. But let's just close our eyes a little bit and say, what are some positions you would either A, like to address, or B, add depth to? Let's just a general consensus. And I think it would be fair to start at quarterback. I think you are going to draft a franchise quarterback this year. I think Jared Goff is playing you into that scenario sooner than later. along with the reality of you saving $25 million by cutting it.
Yeah. Financially,
the second
ideal.
point to that. Running back. I believe you will have to spend a day 2 pick on a running back. Yes or no?
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think for DeAndre Swift, we talked about it yesterday. Game changer, excellent player. He just can't be your lead back, or at least give him the amount of carries that we all expected him to eventually get. And Jamal's a free agent after this year. If you don't want to bring Jamal back, go draft a running back. It's cheaper, and you might have a guy in the future that could be your franchise running back. I don't know if DeAndre can be the sole franchise back. He just hasn't been able to stay healthy. So from the information I've been given, go get a running back. I think that'd be ideal. Not one in the 7th round, not a Jamar Jefferson. Go get a running back. Whether it's the second round, the 3rd round, they do got to eventually address it. But more importantly, defense, linebackers. I mean, you got to get a linebacker. You could argue with that second first-round pick, you need a linebacker. It's super important. You look at some of the best defenses, there's always one marquee linebacker. Devin Lloyd in Jacksonville, by the way, stud. You watch Chicago, you watch Monday Night Football, Roquan Smith, you see the effect he has on the game. So linebacker's important too. I love Malcolm Rodriguez, but you can't have Anzalone and Malcolm out there being your only 2 middle linebackers.
You're going to need better players. That's the reality.
Yeah.
You're going to need depth. I think the secondary, look, for all of Jeff Okudah's issues, he is arguably one of the best run-supporting defenders in the secondary, I would say, in the NFL this season. His run defense grade is very high. He does a very good job of it. He's a very good open field tackler.
Yep.
Now, can Okudah take the next step in pass coverage? Okay. Now, are you banking on Tracy Walker coming back healthy next year? Maybe that is a reality for you. Maybe that is something you consider. But you did draft a Kirby Joseph this year, so you were equipped to somewhat deal with that possibility.
Right.
But in the draft, you are looking for a running back, I believe, after the quarterback. It is running back, depth at the edge rushing position, a linebacker, and honestly, forget the draft. Free agency. Go out and getting a veteran linebacker, getting a veteran secondary player that can play 50, 60% of the snaps. The linebacker that gives you 85, 90% of the snaps. Right. That is what you're looking for. Malcolm Rodriguez is a good story. But that's all it is. He is not a game changer. He's not a game wrecker.
At least right now.
He's yet to shown he can be that. So until I don't want to say proven otherwise, but shown otherwise, linebacker is a need.
Yeah. And Malcolm could
depth on the interior
he can play,
is a
but
need.
Anzalone, that's probably the guy you're looking to replace eventually. So Anzalone hasn't been. He's a filler. He's a placeholder right now. So linebacker, you're right. I would say edge rushers in there too. You're going to need more guys.
Let's be honest. Bosa's given up 72% of the snaps in San Francisco this year.
Yep.
You need depth. There's no such thing as having only 2 good edge rushers, and that's it. You want these guys fresh. You want the guys that are coming out on the field fresh.
Yep.
That have the ability. Why is Michigan so good this year?
Depth.
They got so much depth on the edge.
They got like 5-6 guys.
Everybody
can
rush the quarterback.
Right.
It doesn't matter. You don't get a break with Michigan's defensive front. You don't. That's what good NFL teams like the San Francisco 49ers have. You want to build that. And that can also be done in free agency. So, yeah, look, the reality is there's a lot to look forward to if you're a Detroit Lions fan, but you don't want to have to look forward to a team that is just selling you on it could happen, it could happen. Dan Campbell's responsibility is to show you that it can happen. It will happen.
Right.
Tough situation for everybody.
And by the way,
I try to be fair about it.
And this comment, woodwardsports.com, go check it out. Merchandise, articles, everything you need.
What is it?
I love this comment. You can't draft a running back in the first or second round. It's a huge mistake. Draft defense, get a late-round running back, or trade for one. Well,
Travis Etienne?
Who said draft one in the first round?
Jonathan Taylor?
We didn't say that.
The second-round picks, though.
Yeah, second round, third round, yeah, whatever you got to do. Take a running back.
You running backs are worth taking in the second round,
right?
Depending on where you're picking and who they are. Sorry, I'm not taking Saquon at a 6, or I'm not doing any of that.
No, don't take one in the first round.
Second round, I'm more than willing to have a conversation about if he's available. I doubt it, but a Bijan Robinson, what is his name? Gibbs out of Bama.
Yep, Gibbs.
There are a few running back. Corum is somebody who knows where he goes in the draft. He'll probably fall because of his size. You may be able to get Blake Corum in the 3rd round. So there's potential.
Yeah.
There's potential, again, to make this team better. But even if they are better, I don't want to have to ask the question of can your head coach put it all together. That's where I'm at this morning. 9:35 live here at Planet Fitness out on Ryan Road, Sterling Heights, Michigan. It's going to be a great conversation today. I can't wait. We got to give away all these prizes. A free year of the Black Card membership. That's awesome. That's $20 a month. You get a whole year for free. That's awesome.
We see
sauna,
our guy.
You get the special lounge.
We see our guy Neil Rule working out in the background, and he's putting in the work. He's over on the treadmills over there. You see him with the tank. Neil Rule's out here, baby. He's getting it in. Why can't you?
Oh, there he is.
Come to Planet Fitness. Get that work in.
What a stud. What a stud.
What a stud,
Fish,
man.
I bet Neil could kick your ass.
I'm pretty sure anyone can. I mean, if they don't, there's something wrong with you, so not worried.
Oh, God. All right. Here's what I got for you all. Coming up in a few minutes, Halloween costume ideas. Fish, I want to know what you're going to dress up from next Monday. Alex, you too?
Oh.
I'm expecting an answer out of you. You can tell Fish. He'll say it for you. I just want an idea. I didn't say you have to commit to it. Jeff, maybe you dress up as Brian Dable. Good coach, bad coach. We'll play that game.
Yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be funny.
Maybe I'll dress up as Braylon Edwards.
Ooh.
That'd be fun.
I'll be D-Mac.
Honestly. Maybe dress up as Braylon for the day.
Maybe I'll be Adham Beydoun for Halloween.
I wouldn't recommend that. And I don't think you have the
I'll
hair
wear
on your face to do it.
my little vest.
The vest.
I got the jeans.
You just need a tight shirt and a vest, and you can pull off being me, I guess. That's the go-to outfit. But having said that, we'll be back in just a bit. But before we go, Jeff, our good friends over at Odds Trader.
Well, guys, oddstrader.com is the #1 site for your game day bets, play-by-play updates, live scores, and the best price for multiple games on every game for multiple sports books. Listen, I'm convenient. I like to bet, but I like to do it conveniently. Go to oddstrader.com. You'll have everything right in front of you. You don't have to have all these different apps going back and forth. OddsTrader will take care of you. Go to oddstrader.com right now and find out your best bet.
Woodward Sports is giving you another chance to sit front row, this time at the Detroit versus Green Bay game. Think you have the best Dan Campbell impression?
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Can you say man with the best of them?
I got it. Here's what I need, man. I need you to trust me. I swear to God, I'm not a lunatic. I swear to you.
Can you say, let's go for it on 4th down?
Man, I got a plan, I swear to you. All I think about is you guys. That's all I think about, man.
Are you a master motivator?
That's all I think about is you guys.
Show us in a video. Record your best Dan Campbell impression and post the video on Twitter or Instagram using hashtag Woodward Front Row. We'll select the best 3 impersonations of Motor City Dan Campbell and send you and a guest front row. So knock the dust off the old sweatpants, light some kneecaps, and enter today. And as always, go Lions, man.
I just need you to trust me. That's all. Please.
I don't care if I got 1 toe, 2 butt cheeks, and a rock.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Follow us everywhere. Just search Woodward Sports on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, IG, and more.
Jeff Iafrate here. Let me tell you about our friends at Swiss Insurance, because, guys, Swiss Insurance and their group and their employees are heavily involved in their community. It is very rewarding, but also comes with great responsibility. If you sit on a local youth sports board, homeowners association, or a volunteer coach, directors and officers insurance is a must. Make sure the kids, parents, and volunteers are all protected. Call Swiss today for more information.
All right, we are back here on the Morning Woodward Show live at Planet Fitness out on Ryan Road, Sterling Heights, Michigan, thank you to everybody joining us over at woodwardsports.com and the Woodward Sports Chat. Mailbag coming up in about 8-9 minutes. We'll answer all of your questions. Should be fun. But, Jeff, Halloween's next Monday. Fish?
I mean, it's not next Monday, it's this Monday, but...
We're going to get the Neil cam.
Yeah, next Monday.
Right.
I mean, you kind of just say Monday. You don't really say
Fine.
next
So-
to it. I'm just saying.
So,
All right.
Neil Rule, co-host
Yeah.
Big D Energy over there.
Do we have a
putting
shot
in
of
that
Neil
work.
Wood? Oh.
I need to see this.
Let's see the Neil cam if you can.
Oh, look at that guy. You got to focus it, buddy. But
I'm really curious
That's great.
now. Bear with us, everybody.
Neil looks great.
We're about to see the Neil Rule in action.
This man, what can't Neil Rule do? What can't Neil Rule do? Like this
God.
guy
He
is
does everything.
he's
Look
a jack
at him
of all
locked in.
trades.
He had 2 women pass him. He didn't even blink. What a stud. Look at this guy.
Look at him.
He's
You know what he's repeatedly saying to himself? Draft capital, salary cap.
Draft capital,
Draft
100%.
capital.
Salary cap,
Locked up.
Brad Holmes.
Salary
Brad
Brad
Holmes.
Holmes.
Brad Holmes.
Capital.
Oh, God. This is the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
He said,
God, he's even got the Apple Watch on. Oh, my God. Neil's a high roller.
Yeah,
Holy hell.
he wants
Dude,
to get fit.
Oh, my God.
Neil's a big baller. He don't play around. Big,
That is
that's
awesome.
a big.
That is awesome. Neil will be live at 11 a.m. with Darren McCarty. By the way, giving away a signed Darren
That's a
McCarty
good
jersey
shot right
today.
there.
That
Yeah,
should
you
be fun.
you can't beat this.
Neil getting after it. I'm all for it. I love it. I love it. Fish,
Yes,
would you dress up for Halloween last year? Let me ask you that.
What did I dress up?
What is it?
Are you asking what I dressed up as last year? Probably myself.
Yourself?
Yeah, I don't dress up most years. I'll dress up Monday if you guys want me to.
Can you do me a favor?
Okay.
Dress up as an Oompa Loompa on Monday.
Okay.
Fair?
I
Will you
mean-
do that for me?
Well, can you tell me how?
I'll dress up as whatever you want if you dress up as an Oompa Loompa.
Well, you just gotta tell me how to dress up in the Oompa. Don't I need to be bigger?
Yeah, just put a pillow under your shirt.
How's that gonna stay?
Punch him.
How's that gonna stay?
Oh, man, I
I
love
love
it.
that.
Look, I like
Okay,
the
thanks for
Braylon
ignoring
idea.
me. Really appreciate it.
But, oh, man, you guys are all funny in the chat, by the way. I, the Tiger, Neil.
Hey, I was talking to you. How am I supposed to dress up as an Oompa?
I wonder what he's listening to.
This is fun.
If you had to take a guess what Neil's listening to right now.
Tupac.
Tupac?
I feel like Neil's he's locked in right now.
It's not a bad guess.
He's got some Tupac.
It's not
on.
a bad guess. I'd say Biggie Smalls.
Yeah,
Tupac,
that's the vibe I'm going
maybe,
with.
some Puff
Hey, did you
Daddy.
want me to
He just
dress
looks
up as an
mean. He's
Irish
over there
last
just-
week?
He's putting in the work, man.
Or he's listening to Dan Campbell's latest press conference.
Did you
I'm
want
done.
to dress up as
Oh,
Irish last
God,
week?
it's awesome.
I'm done.
Bitch, you look great today, buddy. Are you wearing a DCFC shirt?
Yeah,
Well done. Supporting Neil?
supporting the team. Yeah.
Good for you.
Hey, didn't you want to dress up as an Irish last week or for Monday?
I didn't know that.
You said that on.
Say that again?
You wanted me to dress up Irish related. On
can't hear
Monday,
you,
you
buddy.
said that. You have hearing problems then. You got to get them checked out.
I think I'm going as Blake Griffin. I'm completely serious.
I think you should dress up as Blake Griffin.
Do you have
I don't know
basketball
how-
shorts? Do you have
Fish will
basketball
dress
shorts?
up as a Kardashian.
I don't know how I would do it.
How would
Fish,
that
you
work?
dress up as a Kardashian, he'll dress up as Blake Griffin, and then we'll figure out the rest from there, okay?
I'm
Does
not a
Fish
girl.
have to be the Kardashian?
Why not? He could pull it off. He doesn't have any facial hair. If he wants to be a woman today, it's easy as hell for him.
I wouldn't say easy.
Me? Not so
It's
easy. I got to
easier.
shave. I got to do a lot of stuff. I got a lot of beard on me.
That's true. Well, it's a great
Right?
point. It's a great
Fish
point.
doesn't have a single piece of hair. Oh, put the camera on him.
I mean,
He doesn't
I
have
have
a single
I have
ounce of hair on
few
his body.
pieces
Look at
of
him.
hair.
Fish, do you dress up for Halloween? When's
He says he usually doesn't.
Yeah, I
and he
usually
dresses
don't. I
up
just
as
wear my
himself.
normal outfit.
That's not a
but
costume,
I
Fish.
can. I don't.
No, I mean, Fish is
I
a character
can.
now. So
He's his own character. Correct. It'd be funny if we dressed up as our each other. Like I don't know how we do that.
I'll dress up as Fish for Monday. I'm down.
And then he's Adam.
You dress up as Adam. He'll dress up as you.
I'm dressing up as Jeff.
Fish
That
will be
seems pretty
swagging
simple.
out.
That's not a bad idea.
Fish slick the hair back. You know, you got to get it all done, man.
Just wear a hat to work. Wear a Pistons collar. You know, and just
Okay.
say Killian Hayes. I don't think he's doing a good enough job this year. And then boom, you're Jeff Iafrate.
Fair enough.
I'm invested in the future.
Do I get to sit on the desk though?
And then, hey,
What is it?
Do I get to sit on the desk?
If you want, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? You're running sound next week. Sorry, buddy. Perfect. Oh wait, no, I'm running sound.
Yeah, you're finished.
I'll be in the sound booth. Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
My job. Hey,
are we actually doing it for a segment on Monday?
What is it?
Are we doing it on Monday?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Fish.
100%.
I'll embrace my role. I'm Adham. I'll just yell.
Well, yeah.
I yell. I'm passionate.
Yeah, but you gotta have a
spit
slight.
at the camera.
You gotta have a slight Middle Eastern accent though when you do it.
I can do it.
Okay.
Oh, dear God.
I would love to see you as Fish.
Oh, it'd be so easy. I would just stare in the camera. I would unmute, and I would, shake my head as I'm doing my
Does
job.
that mean I get to tell you to shut the hell up?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I can work with this.
Well, Jeff, not only that, you also get to tell him to shut the up.
Oh, don't worry, Fish. I'll get him back. I'll get him back.
Oh, God.
So, hey, we just left one key member of our team out.
We don't count him. He's not part of the team. He has his hand up. Nobody knows what he looks like. Nobody wants to know what he looks like.
People have seen him before. They saw
He'll
him
dress
last
up
week.
as a golfer, and you will never know the difference. Sorry, Alex. It's all love. I promise.
Someone said Adham dresses up as Maddie. Why are we?
If you dress up as a girl, I will let you sit on the desk, and I will gladly TD on Monday.
What are we doing?
Maybe I should dress up as a girl. Fashion statement.
Why?
I'll be the first woman with
Fashion
a beard.
statement?
You have said you're going to
That's a
dress up as
statement.
85 different
is
people.
I'll come in with a tight dress, heels,
hairy chest.
great Halloween costume, hairy
Hey,
chest.
Have you walked in heels before?
No.
Uncomfortable as hell.
Have you?
Yeah. Like
Why?
a few years ago. I just said, why not try it?
What do you mean you have?
I just walked into my mom's room and just tried on heels.
God bless you. Do you wear anything else?
What, other than heels?
Yes.
No. I mean, I did it for like 2 seconds. I just want to feel what they feel like. They feel like hell.
God. Oh, God.
Because you gotta, it's like this.
God bless you, Fish.
You're not walking straight. You're walking like that.
God bless you.
Fish is a gem.
God bless you. All right, look. We'll get to Mailbag in a few
You're
minutes.
telling me you
Everybody
haven't done
over
that
at
before?
woodwardsports.com and the Woodward Sports chat, start getting your questions in the chat. We'll start answering them. Having said that, we'll take a quick pause. When we get back, Mailbag time. But before we do, Jeff, our good friends over at Odds Trader.
Well, I'll tell you about Ulta because, guys, at Ulta, uptime matters. Ulta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. You have a big project coming up? Well, Ulta Rent has you covered. Call them today, 844-GO-TO-ULTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ULTA today.
Wednesday, all three shows will be live from Planet Fitness in Madison Heights on 18 and Ryan. Come check it out. You can get Lions tickets, Michigan tickets, also maybe a signed jersey by Darren McCarty, or even the man himself, Braylon Edwards' #1 Michigan jersey. Come out, have fun. Member Appreciation Week. We're going to have a great time. Be there or be square.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
All right, we are broadcasting live from Planet Fitness out on Ryan Road, Sterling Heights, Michigan. And guess what? We are giving away a grand prize today. Michigan versus Michigan State tickets. Guess the total weight in pounds of free weights in this entire gym. And you will be eligible to win front row tickets to the Michigan versus Michigan State game on Saturday and a free year of the Black Card membership. Jeff, you are crushing it right now. Wow. Wow.
Adam, I'm just bigger than you, man.
Yeah,
I don't know
okay.
what to tell you.
What do you bench?
That's classified.
Yo, you know what we need to do? We need to get Fish to bench press and see how much he can bench press.
Oh, you said we were going to do that. Did you already forget?
You're going to go do it right now.
I think
Can you do more than the bar?
I don't know.
I'm asking you.
I don't know.
If I put money on you, I need to know. I need insider trading information right now.
I would say I do not have faith in me, but I never have faith in me anyway, so.
We'll figure it out, Fish. We'll
Okay.
figure it out.
Dude, I think the max I can bench press is like 205. I think I got that up like once.
Good for you. Good for you,
We
Jeff.
even
That
need
was
a
when I was
poll.
working out consistently.
I'm proud of you. Yeah, now you're not, right? Way to be a great influencer. at the
I'm
moment.
terrible. By the way, I planned it, though. I'm enlightened.
Yeah,
I got to get
yeah.
back in the gym. I got to. See, look at these. How do I get these muscles, man? Seriously. I mean, how do you get...
Oh, God.
Make sure
Everybody
the-
in the
Hey,
WoodwardSports.com
Did
chat,
you even
feel
have-
free to drop your questions. We'll start answering them. It is mailbag time. Although it's rivalry week, this is what Justin asks. What's the prediction for the Ohio State-Penn State game? I think Ohio State gets exposed this weekend and loses. Justin, I have no reason to believe that Penn State, after getting demolished
Yeah.
by Michigan, will have any chance of beating Ohio State. I just don't see it. C.J. Stroud, even when he struggles early, somehow, some way, Marvin Harrison Jr., they find a way to put up a ton of points. I don't believe Penn State is capable. I'm rolling with Ohio State. I would say, in a closer than the Michigan game,
Right.
I would say Ohio State 38-21.
I like that score. That's similar to where I'd have them too. I think Penn State's offense is not going to be able to keep up with Ohio State. That's just the reality. And if they get dominated like they did against Michigan at the line of scrimmage, I think Michigan has more talent, at least at the line of scrimmage, than Ohio State. But again, it's Ohio State. They'll put 40 on you. So I don't
Fair
think
enough.
Penn State upsets them, but we'll
Fair
see.
enough. Adam and Jeff, any thoughts on possible trades that the Lions should make and take a chance on? The James Robinson deal's already over, so that's really done.
Even
I don't
then,
see
it's-
anything out
yeah.
there. I'm not sure why the Lions at 1-5 should be buyers in the open market. It doesn't make sense for me, so I'm going to pass, Jeff.
I would say it depends defensively. That'd be the only side of the ball I would actually think about a trade. But other than that, no, I'm okay. I think you just ride it out. If you can get someone defensively, go do it, specifically in that linebacker core. But other than that, or in the on the defensive front, but other than that, I'm good. You just wait it out. You're 1-5. I mean, that's the reality of it right now. So I'm not too worried about a trade. You have some money this offseason. They'll address it then.
Fair enough. All right, let's answer some more questions. Kentucky upset Tennessee in Knoxville on Saturday. Jack, I love that game.
It's a great game.
I love it. It's going to be a great
Levis and
game.
Hooker.
Tough to bet against Tennessee, but again, they're coming off the highest of highs, beating Alabama for the first time in 12, 15 years?
Yep.
That is a letdown game, and Kentucky are a formidable opponent. We'll see if they have a chance. I would love to see it. I love college football for that very reason, but we'll have to wait and see. Are the Pistons going down the path of tanking, Jeff? That's a you question.
Well, I think they're honestly just going to be able to tank naturally. I hate the word tanking because it's like they're purposely losing. I think this team is just bad. They're young, a lot of youth, and they're inexperienced. So there's going to be a lot of games where they're leading and they lose. There's going to be a lot of games where they get blown out. So not to the extent, hopefully, what we've seen. You want them to be in it more so than not, but that's the reality. You're going to have some ugly games in there. So they might just tank naturally. I don't think it'll have to try to tank.
Fair enough. All right,
What do we got
let's see
here?
what other questions we have here. Trade Hawkinson? Question mark.
What do you think about that? Because
look, okay, hear me out. As much as I dog Eric Ebron, Hawkinson is a much better player, but he produces at the same level. Now, whether I need to look at coaching, the quarterback play, we can have that conversation. But at this point, you have Swift and Hawkinson who, are they necessities to this team, given the availability issues of Swift, given Hawkinson, even when he's available all season, you only get one game where you have uber production. In a game against Dallas where he saw favorable matchups and only saw 4 catches.
Right.
I struggle with that.
If we're talking Swift or Hawkinson, I'd rather have Swift. even though he hasn't been the most available. When he's available, he's a game changer, and you see how important he is to this offense. TJ, for me, I mean, I'm looking at the Giants with Daniel Bellinger, who's out for the season. That was a third-round drafted tight end this year, and he came in and made an impact. He's their tight end 1 now. So, I mean, I love TJ, but the reality is, how much are you going to have to pay him? That's the question, and I don't think the Lions do that.
Well, they did extend him on
He's
the
got one more year.
option,
He's got
right?
one more year.
So
yeah.
After
next year.
You have that going for you.
Yeah.
So you could possibly consider him next year as a
trade
trade asset.
Yeah.
But by then, you would hope that you have a team that's competing for the division. Again, I work very simply here. If you're a new head coach, unless you are completely failing your first 2 years, your third year, I expect you to compete for the division. Right now, the Lions are underperforming and failing. If they're able to turn it around, you go into next season saying, can you compete for the division? And if you fall a game and a half, 2 games short, and you're a 10, 11-win team, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to sit here and criticize you, right?
I love this comment, WoodwardSports.com. Augie Schmidt asks, Mailbag, do you draft Anzalone's replacement in the upcoming offseason? Yes.
You draft them, you sign them, you trade for them. I don't care what you do, anything.
Yeah, you need playmakers, specifically in that linebacker core, no question. What do we got here? Jesse, my reasoning is that the Iowa guys were tall, lean. Penn State were, okay, that's a lot going on. MSU has 4 guys who are older guys who are 300-plus with Slade back. Who's all Big Ten if he doesn't get hurt week 2? All right, I didn't see the context on where that was going, Jesse, but sure you were making sense there. Let's bring up another comment.
You know, I got to give him credit, though.
What's up?
His college bets are...
Dude, Jesse's our guy, man. He's in the college football show every week, dropping knowledge.
Damn good job.
I missed the first part of it. Yes, I did, Jesse. I got to go back and watch.
Let's see what other questions.
Got to go back and look
in the chat. All right,
it's
CMC
a real cream of wheat.
Go for a first rounder. Running backs are most replaceable. I think we just have to hope Swift magically stays healthy. Either he stays healthy or you flip him for a 3rd and a 5th if you're lucky. I don't know what you'd get for him in the open market at the moment. I don't
either.
You know, again, McCaffrey this year was able to be traded. Why? He's played every game. He hasn't gotten hurt yet. Last year he was hurt. This year he's not. If Swift plays all these games, I think the outcome of some of your games maybe change.
They do.
But
they do.
I think he has way more trade value, and I don't even think we're having a conversation about trading him if he's available. The best asset is availability for a player. Are you available? Swift, not yet. He'll likely be back for Miami. So we'll go from there.
I like this. Hunter Boone, what do we think about Dwayne Casey's future in Detroit? I personally like to see a new face at head coach position. And I want to say this. As much as I find myself defending Dwayne a lot, you got to look at it from the big picture point of view. Dwayne is here to develop players, and that's the thing that you're not seeing so far. So I get why people are frustrated, but it's already accepted. Like most Pistons fans acknowledge, there's going to be a new head coach next year. There just is. I would be shocked if Troy keeps Dwayne. Not only is he the second oldest head coach in the NBA behind Greg Popovich, who's probably retiring soon, but I do think, and my theory stands, I'm going to keep saying this, I think Dwayne moves into the organization. I think he retires from coaching. I don't know if you fire him, but you definitely
I'm ready for a new
part
face,
ways.
But I'm not ready to fire Dwayne Casey.
No, but there will be a new coach next year.
I think there's an eventuality
when this team's
that's
ready.
Staring this whole team down right in the face.
Yes.
We're not there yet. Not having that conversation.
No,
you and I can
question.
we can have this conversation, Jeff, maybe in February. I don't think we should be having this conversation together now.
I could see Casey being a part of something, player development,
I don't
somewhere in the
care either
organization.
way.
Yeah,
I don't, but that's, again, a different conversation. But let's wrap it up. Thank you to everybody joining us this morning. We will see you guys all tomorrow. Make sure you stop by Planet Fitness out on Ryan Road, Sterling Heights. Big D Energy will be live in just about an hour. You all have a great rest of your day. Tomorrow will be a jam-packed show. Anthony Broom will be on. Micro Mike will be on. We'll have a ton of people on tomorrow. Can't wait. You all have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Go watch Champions League. How do you not?